What's up YouTube, it's your boy Super King here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a brand new video on my alpha SMG build from 1.6. Alright, so let's get right into it. Alright, first off, I'm going to be showing you guys the chest piece. For the chest piece, I'm going to have a 1254 firearms roll with some electronics mod, and then a firearms mod, all rolled for health. Alright, so the major attributes are going to be all resistance, health, and ammo capacity. And just so you guys know, this build is not perfect. I will be trying to find a Alpha Bridge chest piece with what is that thing called? Skill haste. I'm trying to look for a chest piece that has skill haste on it because I don't want all resistance because that's literally nothing for this build. Alright, so for the backpack I am running specialized. 1255 for the firearms. First aid self heal with some electronics mods, also rolled for health. Major attributes is critical hit damage with bleed resistance. The reason why I chose critical hit damage is because I want to do as much damage output for my build as much as possible. And then I'm choosing that over health because I also have health rolled than knee pads, as I'll show you later. But anyways, critical hit damage on my backpack. So for the mass, I'm gonna have skill power as my major, and for the minor I'm gonna have burn resistance with 1255 firearms and some stamina mod, also rolled for health. And of course I am gonna be running with savage with critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and SMG damage with firearms roll on it. And for my Alpha Bridge knee pads, I'm gonna have 1270 stamina, once again with some electronics mods, and with also health rolled onto it. Alright, so my major is gonna be health. I'm choosing health on this one rather than critical hit damage. The reason why is because you get so much health from your knee pads. You get 16,000 for the knee pads. I'm still rolling for the 16,000, but 9% critical damage is definitely not worth more than 16,000 health. Alright, so for the minor, I'm going to have blind depth resistance, disorient, and increased kill XP. So like I said, this build is not perfect. I will be trying to find another knee pad that has either shock resistance, burn resistance, and maybe some blind depth resistance on it. For the Alpha Bridge holster, I'm going to have 1243 firearms, 1258 stamina with 1271 electronics, also rolled for health instead of critical hit chance. The reason why is because I already stacked so much critical hit chance in my build, so an extra health would, you know, benefit me in a gunfight. All right, let's get into the guns. All right, so I will be running with an MP5 in this build with 21% critical hit chance already rolled on it. 20.2k base damage. The talents are going to be competent, deadly, fierce, and responsive. And I'm going to tell you why. Competent, the reason why is because whenever I pop a pulse or pop a heal during a gunfight up close, I'm going to be in an advantage because I'm going to be increasing my base damage of my weapon by 10% for 15 whole seconds. So by that time, I'm able to fight 2 players with an increased base damage by 10%. Deadly, because this is a build where I'm basically not requiring, but stacking lots of critical hit damage and critical hit chance, so deadly is a must for this build. Same thing with fierce and responsive. Okay, some people might ask, why am I not running Unforgiving? Unforgiving would make sense in this build, but what I'm trying to do is basically have as much versatility in my build, because if I allow fierce, right, as my talent, that gives me a chance to roll something else on my mask, something else on my holster, and more utilities on my weapon mods, instead of just having critical hit chance on my mask and then my holster, and then some more critical hit chance on my, you know, gun. All right, so speaking of mods for the gun, I'm gonna show you this right here. I'm gonna be having critical hit damage on every single weapon mod. So critical hit damage on the scope, critical hit damage on the muzzle, critical damage on the grip, and also critical hit damage on the magazine instead of critical hit chance as most people do. So as you can see, there is a pattern here. I will be stacking lots of crit damage on the actual gun, and then some crit chance with some of the talents, and then critical hit chance with the the base gun itself. So that's for it. 20.2k, 38. Once you actually get in last stand, you're gonna be at 40%, because I am losing 2% from the gun, because max is 23%. My gun only has 21%. So that's actually 40% when you reach last stand, and then 47% with the Savage Gloves, and then with the pulse that I have, with the amount of skill power, I'm actually capped. I'm actually capped at critical hit chance with 60%. Critical damage is 124. Headshot damage is 62%. My survivability, I'm at 228,000 health with 32.48 armor. Alright, so now let me show you some of my skill power. I am healing myself for 142,000, which is a lot. That's basically almost half of my health. A little bit more actually, a little bit more than half of my health. And my pulse, I'm going to be pulsing people for 12.70 critical hit chance, and then 17% critical hit damage. So basically, if I want to, what I can do for this build is remove a scope, a critical damage scope with a critical hit chance, if I want to, if you guys want to, and not rely on your pulse. I'm only using pulse just because it's basically like a must to have in last stand. So I'm using it and utilizing it, and then just utilizing other crit damage so I can get as much damage as possible with my build. And to be honest, a lot of people don't really run concealed. That's what I'm learning a lot in this patch. People are running this base damage pulse. Whenever I'm in last stand, I'm just pulsing everybody and nobody's concealing themselves. So you just might as well use this in last stand. Alright, so as my stats, whenever I'm playing solo, this is what I'm running. I'm running critical save, strike back, 1 is none, and on the move. I would run position, but 1 is none helps a lot because you ADS a lot more in this patch. So whenever I'm ADS, I'm getting some DPS boost with the 1 is none. Alright, so what did I miss? Oh, also guys, I'm running a sawed off in this build. Okay, sawed off is a must to have, especially with the talents that comes with it. I have dominant, which is not really important. I'm trying to find a better sawed off, but these two talents right over here, predatory and determined. So once you down somebody and they're in the down state, I would simply switch into my sawed off, either shoot them or I would melee them with the sawed off, and that would proc these talents, predatory and determined. And what's cool about determined is that it actually works for the regular skill, like your heal and your pulse, and it would also work on your ultimate, like your damage ult, your healing ult, and your blue ult. So for example, you're fighting player back to back to back and you actually get those gunfights. You're actually increasing your chances of getting your ultimate and your skills every single time you melee them or kill them with a sawed off in your hand. So that's pretty cool, and you're also healing yourself with 35%. So I like to have this sawed off as my sidearm to basically help increase my chances of living and my chances of getting my skills back. So just imagine if I use this and then I have skill haste on my back, on my chest piece. I'm gonna be getting my skills really freaking fast all by myself without running triage or anything crazy like that. So yeah, that's pretty much my build. I have survivability with skill power. I'm not too squishy in this build. I have 124,000 health, I believe, right? 128,000, and then I have a lot of DPS. When I pop my booster, I mean not my booster, my overdose, I'm at 392 DPS. So yeah, I can use booster shot if I wanted more damage, but I don't get that much off my booster. Let me see. I only get 85,000, which is not a lot. I get a lot more with this than this. If I'm playing like in a coordinated group, I'll probably use booster, just because they would be healing me and I'll be healing them and stuff like that. But as a solo player, I like to play with overdose. So yeah, guys, that's my build. A lot of people been asking for it, and They've been asking when I'm gonna post it, so it's kind of a rushed video, but whatever. I am gonna be showing a quick clip of what I did solo. It was actually pretty cool. I killed players back to back to back. I said back to back all by not all by myself. I got some assistance, but you guys gonna see how amazing this build can work just because of the amount of skill power and the amount of damage it puts. So yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here watching my video today. Give me a like if anything. Give me a comment on things I should improve on this build or on this video. And give me some recommendations because I want to do other build videos also. Maybe one for Tactician, maybe one for Reclaimer. Just type in the chat, type in the comments below and let me know on what specific build you guys want me to do, so I can try to help either you guys or try to help a friend or something. Alright guys, so watch my clip at the end of this video, and yeah, thank you so much for watching guys.